Install dolly crane on the stable, heavy-duty tripod having its payload capacity not less than 40 kg. Level the tripod head and mount the rail on it. After the rail has been mounted, screw in two fixing levers. Level the rail and fix it at the tripod head. Mount the fluid head with the flat base by screwing it on dolly crane. Now I can put the camera on the fluid head. The camera cannot be heavier than 10 kg. Undo the nuts and place counterweight plates to equal the weight of the camera with the fluid head. Loose out fixing levers, level the rail, and check whether the system is in balance. If the system is still out of balance, add or take off the counterweight plates. Once the balance is achieved, lower the counterweight by 100 grams. This is the weight of fixing nuts and safety balls protecting the counterweight rods. For cameras weighing more than 8 kg, fix a steel plate to the counterweight and then add red counterweight plates. Use one of the hexagonal keys provided in the smaller transport bag. At the end, level the rail and check its balance. Now you can start filming. The camera moves on the rail, and the rail stays in balance due to the counterweight moving in the opposite direction. Very slow camera movement can be achieved with the use of the crank handle, which is to be fixed at the end of the rail. Bear in mind that using crank handle should be very gentle to avoid shaking of the rail. Take off the crank handle if you intend to move the camera with your hand. Leaving the crank handle at the rail will cause shaking the rail because of the crank handle inertia. To get diagonal movement of the camera, move the dolly to the center of the rail, fix it, and release levers of the tripod head. Rotate upwards the rail and fix the levers. It will be more convenient to work with the dolly if the crank handle fixing end of the rail is at the top. Hold the camera with one hand, release dolly's lever, pull out the safety knob, level the camera and fix the dolly's lever. Next, release the dolly's brake lever and you can move the camera up and down on the sloping rail with the minimum effort. The system can also work in a horizontal configuration without a tripod, but with the use of supporting feet, provided with set, affixed to the bottom of the rail. For large, heavy cameras, you can use light tripods affixed to the rail in the same place as the supporting feet to stabilize the operation of the system. Dolly crane also allows for vertical movement of the camera from the ground to the height of approximately 2 meters. To prepare the system for this type of work, fix either of the supporting feet to the end of the rail. Fix 2 vertical supporting elements to the tripod head and then fix the rail to those elements. Next, fix the fluid head with the mounted angle bracket for the camera to the dolly. Other functions of dolly crane are crane or mini jib. To use these functions, level the rail, then level the fluid head and fix it, release the dolly's brake and move the dolly to the rail's end, which is without fixing point for the crank handle. Attention! Once this process is finished, you must fix the dolly's brake. Install the telescopic element joining the dolly and the tripod head. Firstly, screw in the telescopic element into the tripod head. If you want the camera to be moving in parallel to the ground, transfer the bracket of the telescopic element to the very top. Then fix the lever of the telescopic element to the dolly. For the camera movement parallel to the ground, the lever must be in the position perpendicular to the rail. This can be achieved by adjusting the length of the telescopic element. After fixing the lever of the telescopic element, loosen up the dolly's lever and undo fixed lever of the tripod head. Now dolly crane is ready for work as crane or mini jib. If you want the moving camera to keep the filmed object in the center of the frame within certain range, you have to transfer the fixing point of the telescopic element downwards and change length of the telescopic element depending on the distance from the camera to the filmed object. Loosening up the tripod head's lever, you will be able to make 360 degrees rotation around the vertical axis of the tripod. Once you finish using dolly crane as a crane, you must fix the dolly's lever for the sake of safety of the operator and the camera, and only then you can unscrew the lever of the telescopic unit. It is impossible to remove the telescopic element by undoing it firstly at the tripod head. This operation is forbidden. If you want to mount LCD monitor on dolly crane, you can do it using one of the vertical brackets. One of the ends of the rail allows for mounting of the crank handle or optional step motor. Microprocessor-based controller or laptop connected to it allows for quick and slow movement of the dolly, so-called time-lapse. It is also possible to program any movement of the dolly and its multiple repetitions. Dolly wheels tension is set by the manufacturer to ensure accurate and comfortable movement of the dolly. With time and frequency of using the equipment, it may be appropriate to adjust it using hexagonal key provided in the smaller bag. However, this should be done with prudence, as this action may affect quality of the dolly's movement. Rods of the counterweight must be protected with red balls for the sake of safety of personnel in close proximity of dolly crane.